UFC Fight Night, Sean Brady versus Gilbert Burns. This is my breakdowns and predictions. Timestamps are on the bottom. I'm not going to talk crap about this card because guess what? The last 8 picks card was really good, and this one has the potential of being better. And we also have UFC Noche right around the corner. And, you know, there's a lot of fights on this card to talk about. So let's not waste any time. First fight on the card we have Zygimantas Ramaska. If I butchered it, I'm sorry. Versus Nathan Fletcher. Both of these guys were on tough this year. They were supposed to fight on last week's card, but Nathan Fletcher had to pull out with like a sickness or something. They rescheduled for this week. I just have Nathan Fletcher winning this fight. Even though Ramatas is pretty good, not gonna lie. But I just have Nathan Fletcher winning this fight. He's on Cage Warriors. He's faced a lot of better competition, I think. And I feel like he can submit this guy on the ground. That's all I can say. I did not watch Tough this year, but I know that Nathan Fletcher is a very high prospect from the UK. And he definitely deserves to be in the UFC, in my opinion. And I think he'll win this fight. On to the next fight. We have André Petroski versus Dylan Budka. Budak. I'm going with André Petroski and his mid-ass wrestling. Dylan Budak, I don't know what he brings to the table. All I know is that when you go up against André Petroski's amazing All-American wrestling, you're gonna lose. Budak lost to Cesar Almeida. Elbows and ground and pound in the second round. Yeah, brother. I'm just gonna go with André Petroski here. On to the next fight of the card. I'm not gonna waste time on that fight. We have Gabriel Santos versus Yizha. Yizha is coming off the road to UFC. I think this is his second time going through the road to the UFC. It is his first time going through. He lost in his UFC debut against Zhang Yang Li. Now he goes back into the road UFC and he's fighting Gabriel Santos. I'm gonna go with Yizha because he's young and he has almost 30 fights under his belt. While Gabriel Santos, in his last 2 fights, lost to Lerone Murphy and David Nijaqua. I forgot his name. Hold on. Yeah, he lost to Lerone Murphy and David Onama. My bad. And obviously, Lerone Murphy is undefeated and he's a stud. And David Onama is pretty freaking good. But I don't know, man. I feel like the road to UFC guys are pretty good. And Yizha, maybe he loses his fight. I don't know. But I'm just going with the Chinese guy because of just his experience and the fact that he's just a finisher. He's a slight underdog, but I don't know. I'm just taking Yizha here. Maybe he does something special. I don't know. On to the next fight of the card. We have André Lima versus Felipe dos Santos. André Lima is the dude that got bit and got that tattooed and won himself a bonus. He is really good. This one was actually really hard to pick. Felipe dos Santos is pretty good as well. His one loss is in the UFC, and he lost to Manel Cap. He did beat Victor Altaramano. I mean, it's not like a crazy win, but I don't know. I just gotta go with André Lima here. He's just a bit, I don't know. I can't say he's a bit, but he is better. But he's the undefeated guy, and he just looked really good in his last UFC fight when he got bit, and his fight against Mitchell Raposo. He did miss weight for that fight, and he won by split decision, but I feel like he will come into this fight and he will dominate. He's undefeated for a reason. On to the next fight of the card. We have it's Isaac Dulgarian versus Brendon Marotte. Brendon Marotte. I'm going with Isaac Dulgarian. Marotte is the guy that got knocked out quick as hell by Terrence McKinley, and if you're one of Terrence McKinley's quick victims, I can't pick you, bro. I cannot pick you. And he has not fought since then. He hasn't fought in like a year. He's fighting for the first time this year. And Isaac Dulgarian, he's coming off a loss against Christian Rodriguez, who got fraud checked by Juicy J. And he has a win against Francis Marshall, who won on short notice in last week's card. And Dulgarian is just a lot better on the feet. I just got to go with Isaac Dulgarian. He's just better. On to the next fight of the card. We have... There's a lot of fights on this fucking card. I don't lie to you. We have the Gooner fight, actually. This is the Gooner fight of this card. Jaqueline Amorim versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Oh, Vanessa Demopoulos. We Gooners love Vanessa Demopoulos, but I don't think she's going to win this fight. Jaqueline Amorim is pretty good. She's 8-1. She has pretty noticeable wins, and she's pretty good in the striking department. And when that comes to Vanessa Demopoulos, she's not good in the striking department. And this girl actually is pretty good on the ground, Jaqueline Amorim. Her last win being against Corin McKinnon by armbar in the first round, and she beat Montserrat Ruiz in the third round. She lost to Sam Hughes, but Sam Hughes is pretty good. Not gonna lie to you. She's not pretty good, but she's a prospect killer. I can't say Sam Hughes is pretty good. She just knows how to do her thing out there, I guess. I don't know. But I just don't see Vanessa Demopoulos winning this fight, bro. Sadly. It's a good fight for the Gooners to see. But I don't know, man. Vanessa Demopoulos she only wins against like cans, bro. Emily Duche, trash. Kanako Murata, 12-2, she got the win, but she missed weight against Karolina Kowalkiewicz, and you know she's had wins in the UFC, bro, but I don't know, man. I just don't see her winning this fight against Jaqueline Amorim. Maybe her wrestling does overpower Jaqueline Amorim. But right now, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's not waste any time. On to the next fight. We have... Oops, wrong one because it is Ovince Preux versus Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann, you're not no Superman. You on a 3-fight losing streak. Ovince Preux, his last one was against Kenny Njoku in a split decision. I don't want to go with Ovince Preux because he's old. I don't even want to go with Ryan Spann because he's on a losing streak. But I'm going to go with Ryan Spann because I feel like he's just a younger fighter. I feel like this is the UFC gave him like a little gimme fight or something. Like, here you go. Go win a fight or something, kid. Ryan Spann, though. His last 3 losses looked really bad, though. Like, really bad. Bogdan Gustkov, ground and pound loss in the second round. He lost to Anthony Smith. You can't be losing to Lionheart out here. You can't. And he got triangle choked by Nikita Krylov. Ah, man. I'm just going to go with Ryan Spann here. Maybe he gets the knockout. I don't think so. Maybe this goes 29-28. I just don't see Ryan Spann doing anything crazy here, folks. I really don't. But I don't know. Maybe Ovince Preux got something that we don't know. I have no clue. But I'm going with Ryan Spann. On to the next fight of the card. We have... If this would lovely load. Rongzhu versus Chris Padilla. Again, Rongzhu, another guy from Road to UFC. And he's young. He's 24 years old. Has a lot of experience, dude. And he's already fought in the UFC. In his UFC debut, he lost to Rodrigo Vargas. Got a win against Brandon Jenkins. But he missed weight. And then he lost to Ignacio Bahamondes. And he missed weight for that fight as well. He had one fight in regional scene. And then he went on to the Road to UFC. And now he's fighting against Chris Padilla, who in his UFC debut beat the guy that we saw last week against Chavez Claus, that was an amazing fight against Jaime's Yontop. He got him in a rear naked choke. I don't know. I just gotta go with the Chinese guy again. I don't know why I'm going with the Chinese guys. I just feel like they're coming in hungry. You know, they want that UFC contract. Maybe it was that win, that Wong Chang win, bro. That Wong Chang win was something, bro. But then again, Victoria Leonardo sucks. But I just feel like these Chinese guys are coming into the UFC just hungry, bro. And we're waiting for Kai Askarov, bro. Where the hell is Kai Askarov? I'm probably saying his name wrong, but where's that guy at? He's supposed to be fighting pretty soon. UFC signed him, and we still have not seen him yet. But I'm going with Rongzhu. On to the next fight of the card. We got... Let me fix this because it looks crappy. But we have Trevor Peak versus Yanal Ashmals. I love Trevor Peak. He has something near and dear to my heart. The way he just throws punches and the way he slugfests in there like he's in a bar drunk as crap. I love it. This is a really hard one to pick, but I think Yanal Ashmals probably gets this one. He's 1-1 in the UFC. He beat Sam Patterson in the first round, lost to Chris Duncan by decision. And obviously, we all know Trevor Peek has been on a little iffy losing streak. Not iffy losing streak, I don't know, but he's not been winning. He lost to Chepe Mariscal. You know, Chepe Mariscal is a dog. I'm not going to lie to you. He's literally has a dog in him. That win over Muhammad Yahya, whatever, it's a crap win. To be honest with you, it's a crappy ass win. And he's lost to Charlie Campbell. I want to see Trevor Peek win this fight, bro. I really do. All his fights are super entertaining to watch, but I just feel like the guy that they gave him, he's just a step ahead, bro. I feel like he's just a step ahead. But what can we do? We all love Trevor Peek. All the homies love Trevor Peek. On to the next fight. We have Matthew Schultz versus Alexandro Costa. I'm not going with my boy. I'm not going with Matthew Schultz. I'm pretty sure everybody and their moms is not going with Matthew Schultz. The guy's been losing too much. He's old. He's 38. His chin is disintegrating. Like if Daniel snapped his fingers and the man just... He's not 38. He's 34. My bad. But he's fighting like he's 38. Because the way Steve Erceg put this man out was nasty. The way Matthias Nicolau knocked this man out was nasty. The way he does have a win against Sum J. Some dude there. That was in 2022. He got choked out by Brendon Rival. I'm just gonna go with the younger guy, Alexandro Costa. Alexandro Costa in his last fight looked really good as well. And he came in on short notice to fight. Let me check because I forgot. But he came in on short notice to fight Amir Abazi. You know, put up a great... That was a hell of a fight right there against Amir Abazi. Goes up against Jimmy Flick, knocks him out. Lost against Steve Erceg. That was when Steve Erceg was on his rise. Now he is... I don't know, man. I'm still kind of like hurt about Steve Erceg losing to Kai Kara-France, but we gotta move on. He beat Kevin Borjas. I gotta go with the younger guy. He's gonna knock out Matthew Schultz in the first round. That I can say he will knock him out. On to the next fight. We have this one right here. Oof. Glorious. Kyle Nelson versus Steve the Mean Machine Garcia. Steve Garcia is been on a tear. He has been tearing it up. He has 4 straight wins, knocking out every single person that he sees. He's knocked out Chase Hooper. He's knocked out Shaila Nooper Bekic. He's knocked out Maskela Costa. I don't know how to say that guy's name either. And knocked the crap out of Sting Troy. Now the thing about Kyle Nelson is that he ain't no bum. Kyle Nelson not no bum, son. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pretty good. He's a pretty good fighter. 4-4 in the UFC. Yeah, he's lost to Billy Quarantino and Jai Herbert, but right now this man is also on a tear. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He had a decision against Do-Hoo Choi. It was a majority decision, whatever. But he beat Blake Blinder. He beat Fernando Padilla. And he knocked out Bill Algeo. Juicy J just knocked the living crap out of Bill Algeo. I just got to go with Steve Garcia, bro. He's knocking out guys left and right. And I'm not going to go up against a guy who's on a tear. Even though I really wanted to pick Kyle Nelson in this fight. I feel like Kyle Nelson could have a chance at beating this guy. But I don't know, man. I just gotta go with the guy who's just murder's row right now. He's just on murder's row, killing everybody. And I don't know. I just don't know. I can't go up against I can't decide over against the guy who's just knocking guys out. Even though I do like Kyle Nelson's style of fighting, and I do think he has a chance of winning this fight, but Steven Garcia, he's winning. On to the co-main. We have Jessica Andrade versus the cute and petite and dangerous Natalia Silva. This one was a really hard one for me to pick as well. I don't like going up against the lesbian. I always pick the lesbian in here. Especially this one. Andrade is one of the most well-known lesbians in the UFC and WMMA. But Natalia Silva has been on a tear. She's been killing it. And she's been doing it while looking cute. 5-0 in the UFC. She's beat Jasmine Judovic, Teresa Bleda, Victoria Leonardo is just trash. We all know this right now. She beat Andrea Lee, but her most notable win, Viviane Andrajo, that's a crazy good win. Crazy good win. And that was a good fight. She literally... that was a good fight. Jessica Andrade, though, oof, she's getting pretty old. She's 32, and her last few fights in the UFC, her 2023 was not that good. She did fight like a lot of times. She fought 5 times. She won Lerone Murphy. And we all know that was a brutal murder scene that she did to Lerone Murphy. But she lost to Erin Blanchfield. She got knocked out by Yang. She lost to Tatiana Suarez in the second round. She did beat the living crap out of Mackenzie Dern, but every lesbian does that to Mackenzie Dern. And she did go to a split decision with Mariana Rodriguez. I just don't know if she's... I don't know who... Like, this one was a pick'em for me. This one was like... It can go either way. Obviously, I looked at the odds and Natalia Silva is the favorite. And I think I just gotta go with Natalia Silva because she's been on a tear. And she just looks really good in all her fights. She's the younger fighter. The UFC's trying to make her, go up the rankings. And this is one way of going up the rankings and even probably getting yourself into, title contention right here. If you beat Jessica Andrade, and I think she can. It'd have to go to decision, though. She'd have to really protect her chin, because if Jessica Andrade touches your chin, you might either get flatlined or you're in trouble. But I just gotta go with Natalia Silva here. I feel like she has it. On to the main event. We have, if this will load, Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady. Now, this one was hard for me to pick as well, because both of these guys, Sean Brady's obviously the favorite to win here. His last one was against Kevin Gastelum. He had him in a Kimura, lost to the champ. Well, not lost to the now champ, Bala Muhammad, my bad. But before that loss, he beat Michael Chiesa, beat Jake Matthews, beat Christian Aguilar. Gilbert Burns is 38 years old. He's getting old. But obviously that fight against Kazmat Chimaev obviously exposed Kazmat Chimaev. He obviously beat Neil Magny. Neil Magny's trash. He beat Jorge Masvidal. lost to Bilal Muhammad by decision, of course, and got pretty knocked out by JDM. But JDM's on a tear. JDM's something else. I gotta go with my guy from Killcliff, man. Gotta go with Gilbert Burns. I know he's old. Maybe Sean Brady does have a chance, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like, this one's a pick 'em as well for me. I know they have Sean Brady as the favorite, but I'm not counting out Gilbert Burns out of any fight. He's just too good. But Sean Brady, man, his one loss is to Bilal Muhammad, and it was that crazy knockout finish that I never would have thought, or anybody in their lives would have thought, that Bilal Muhammad would have finished somebody, and he did. Which makes me think, if Gilbert Burns comes in there ready to strike, ready to bang, even get that grappling going, I feel like Burns can come out of here with a win. I gotta take Gilbert Burns. But yeah, man, this card in general, like, it has its good fights. It has its, like, probably boring fights in here. But I can't wait for UFC Noche, even though that card is pretty crappy. Until we get to Brian Ortega, Shevchenko, Grasso, and O'Malley Marotte. Because everything else is just... Oh, and the boy Manuel Torres. That fight's going to be good with him and Daniel Zergerbach. I forgot. But anyways, folks, I got another video coming out soon. Go watch my Davis and Figueroa video. Go show some love on that. Go watch my Diego Lopez video. Go watch my Tom Aspinall video, even though y'all don't like that one. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep making videos. I got another one for y'all coming soon. Yeah, man, I'm Jane Epps MMA. Like and subscribe. You guys like watching my videos, but do not subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm here, trying to make my videos good for y'all to watch. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm Jane Epps MMA, and I'm out.